Hi guys, so I found this organic maca powder over at Trader Joe's when I did my grocery shopping last week, and it's something that I've been wanting to try, and it's a new item at the store, and they sell it right alongside their fair trade cocoa powder. These are both two new items at the store that I really liked. So today I wanted to try their coconut cream energy bars recipe that's behind their packaging. I saw their recipe, it looks pretty clean, I liked it for the kids. It takes some maca powder, cashews, dates, coconut, a shredded coconut, coconut oil, vanilla extract, cocoa powder, of course, and then my little own twist on it because I want to boost the omegas. I give this to the kids to take to school, and we use it as weekend snacks when we're out and about in the parks. So I will be adding to it some chia seeds, some flax seeds, and because I just love crunchy things, and I'm sure this will be nice and crunchy already, but I've got some slivered almonds in here that I am going to add as well. So join me in making these and let's see how they come out. So I've been making bliss balls in here already, so it's a little bit dirty, but they were kind of similar, so it should be okay. So we are going to start with 2 tablespoons of maca powder. I'm going to put it here so you can see it better. So we've got 2 tablespoons of maca powder, and then it asks for 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. Since I've already got that, I'm just going to do my 2 powders all together. And who doesn't like chocolate? My kids love chocolate, and if I can put something in their lunch boxes that have chocolate, they are happy and they are eating it. So I'm hoping that this turns out good to put in their lunch boxes tomorrow. Next, we've got 1 cup of cashews. Hold on a second, I'm sorry. I was putting my ingredients away already because I'm constantly cleaning up. So I'm putting in 1 cup of cashews, and the cashews that I buy, these are soft enough that I don't have to chop them up or anything. And the cashews that I buy are also from Trader Joe's, and they are raw, whole, organic cashews. They do not have any salt on them. They are not roasted with any kinds of oils. And when you turn the package around, the only ingredient that's listed on there is cashews. This is what I buy for my kids to take for school snacks. I buy nuts, raw, without salt. Sometimes I will buy them roasted if it says dry roasting, but otherwise I tend to stick with raw nuts. And that's something that you always want to check. You think something's healthy, and then you turn the packaging around and it's not. So I'm going to grab a teaspoon, and I am going to put in here about 2 teaspoons of flax seeds. And this is just to boost their omegas. They're going to be taking this to school. They're going to be having this at school. And they need that boost. They need that brain power when they're in school. So I try to include these kinds of seeds in their foods as much as I can. And then I did about 2 teaspoons of chia seeds. You know what? I'm going to add just a little bit more. I think I could use a little bit more without changing this. So I would say there's probably about a tablespoon of chia seeds in there. And then I'm going to add just a handful of nuts. Not too much. Maybe a couple tablespoons. And it asks for half a cup of coconut, half a cup of shredded coconut. And with the coconut, it's the same thing. I don't have the packaging to show you, but you can get this at Trader Joe's or at Whole Foods. I make sure it is unsweetened coconut. If you just look for regular coconut flakes, they will have added sugar. I have no idea why. The coconut is sweet enough on its own. So I don't know why they do that, but you definitely just always check your ingredients. Always be on the safe side. Always check your ingredients. And then 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Tablespoon is here. Let me just clean it. got 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. And then it asks for 1 cup of pitted dates. So I have some dates here that I've had in my fridge. So I sat them in some hot water. And then I also wanted to show you right here is my glass bowl already lined with parchment paper. And I put parchment paper in it. You can cut it straight into the bowl if you want to cut the bars that way and scoop them out. I like to put the parchment paper in because it allows me to take the entire layer of bars out and cut them in a cutting board. It's just a little bit cleaner. For me, it's a little bit easier. So I usually do it that way. So my dates have the pits in them. So you want to make sure buy unpitted dates or remove all those pits. So I'm just going to use my cutting board here a minute to cut my pits. To help me out. And I've got Michael Bublé playing in the background. The minute my kids walk out the door, I put on my music. I might be cooking and doing everything that I have to do. But you've got some nice music in the background and a quiet house. And it's okay with me. And now I've got all you guys too. And I hope you enjoy this recipe as much as we do. And I will actually, I think I'm going to be using this in place of a sandwich tomorrow in their lunch boxes. So now I'm going to change over to these other dates that I just recently bought. So I like to buy my dates, always buy them organic. I like to buy them from my produce people that I buy my shares from. They sell these amazing organic Menjahol dates. I mean, look at this. They're gorgeous. They're sweet. It's better than a candy. Like, I can't even tell you how deliciously sweet this is. If you have sugar cravings and sweet cravings, these are the way to go. They are nutritious for you. They are good for your hair and your skin. Have all sorts of nutrients in them, and they fill you up. So you get to work on that sugar craving, and these dates just fill you up. So I've got about a cup in there. I don't want to use all of them because I love to snack on these. So these are my dates. They're so good. If your co-op person has them, or if you stop by the store and you see them, just pick up those dates as your snack. You will not regret it. So it looks like I'm done here. I missed the vanilla. So I also pick up my vanilla at the farmer's market. And it asks for half a teaspoon of vanilla. Just a tiny little bit more. This vanilla is so good on everything. And then it says to add water as needed. So give me 1 second. I'm going to step away and grab some filtered water. Since these bars are raw and I'm not cooking them, I want to use filtered water on these. So I have filled it up. I filled up half a cup. I'm going to put in about half of it. I'm going to see how that goes. And if we need more, I will let you know. And when you guys make these, you'll make the exact amount. And I'm using my Ninja blender. It's a 1500 watt one. So I still see that it's not sticky enough. It's not right where I want to get it, but not quite the consistency I want it. So I'm going to add a little bit of more water to make this just a little bit stickier. And pull. my favorite things about working on my own without the kids is that I can clean. I can keep everything nice and clean as I go along. I can put things away. I'm not entertaining kids. The mess is not as big. So although this is a very kid-friendly recipe, and I would totally do this with them, and my daughter could actually probably do this one on her own, it's just so much easier and faster to do it on my own. So here we've got our bars. Now you can make these into balls. It's sticky enough that you can make it into balls. But today, I want to make these into bars and put them in my kids' lunch boxes in the sandwich portion. They take these bento boxes to school. So I'm going to I'm going to put this in place of a sandwich in there tomorrow, and I think they're really going to like this. So it's a very, very sticky mixture. As you can tell, it's even stuck to my spoon. And I took it out of the mixer without tasting it, but I'm definitely going to give it a taste. Always give it a taste ahead of time, right? To make sure that everything is good. To make sure that everything tastes good. And this is just going to be so great for lunch and for on the go this weekend. It's going to give us the sugar boost that we need, the energy burst that we need, and it's just loaded with just vitamins and omegas and healthy fats and all sorts of things that are good for you. Now, whenever I'm working with sticky ingredients, I'm not even going to dare start pushing that down until I wet my hands. If your hands are wet, nothing will stick to you. And you saw my spoon, how full of sticky stuff it was. And I should have wet the spoon a little bit before I started taking all that stuff out of there, but you live and you learn, right? So the moment it starts to stick to my hands again, I just run a little bit of more water on them. And that way I don't have a sticky mess. It makes it easier to work with. So I'm just gonna flatten all this out. And it'll be very easy to just take out of here because I have used a parchment paper. You can use a piece of wax paper. It'll be easy to take this out, invert it onto my cutting board, and cut it into little cute bars for the kids. You can even use cookie shapes on these if you want to get really creative. I don't think I'll be doing that, but you can. So now my bars are done. I'm going to clean my hands and show them to you. There they are. So now I will put these in the refrigerator and let them get cold. Whenever I'm working with anything like this that goes into the fridge or the freezer for a while, or even if it stands, I always make sure, but anything that's going into the refrigerator or the freezer, I make sure I put it in a glass bowl that has a lid. And we are done. This took a total of about 10. It took a total of about 10 minutes to make. So it's easy, it is healthy, and it is a lot less expensive to make bars like this at home versus purchasing them at the grocery store. You're saving time, but it is so expensive when you purchase it at the grocery store. And at home, you have all these ingredients on hand. They're good to have on hand anyway to stick into your lunch boxes, stick into fruit salads, take as snacks when you're out and about. So I definitely suggest the homemade version. On top of that, a lot of the healthy bars that you buy, or labeled healthy bars that you buy at the supermarket, a lot of times have a lot of different kinds of syrups and oils added to it. So this is totally clean for you, for your kids. It is a wonderful and healthy snack to keep them energized, keep those little minds working while they're in school. And I would love to hear if you do try these bars, if you go out to Trader Joe's or you have some maca powder at home and you try these bars, I would love in the comments to hear how it comes out and what kinds of tweaks, additions, and things you add to your bars to make them even better, because I'm always looking for good ideas. Thanks, guys.